Total devastation.
Welcome back to Bandwagon fans. I'm Jeff, and thanks to the movie I'm going to be talking about tonight, I'm not sure if I'm going to be sleeping. So check out A Quiet Place, and here's some highlights from the trailer. All right, so A Quiet Place. Now, from the trailer, I had a joke all lined up to go about batteries and kids and not making noise, but the movie actually did a really good job of explaining how that happened. Overall, so this is directed and starring John Krasinski from The Office, also starring Emily Blunt and Millicent Simmons and Noah Jupe. Really small cast, really narrow focus story. So A Quiet Place is a post-apocalyptic horror survival movie in which a family finds themselves in a land where, in a world where some kind of monster or alien has come in, pretty much wiped everybody else out. There's a couple other people who've seen the movie, but for the most part, it's this one isolated family, and they can't make a single sound. They can't make any noise, and the monsters will hear them and kill them. So right from the get-go, opening scene, this movie does a really great job of explaining what the world is, what the rules of this world are, and it cranks the tension up. It also lets you know that there are consequences. It lets you know that there are consequences. I'm not going to get any spoilers on this discussion, but it does a really good job from the beginning of showing that there are stakes and consequences, and it just ratchets up the tension right from Jump Street. There's a little bit of a lull of about 15-20 minutes where it jumps forward in time and does some world building and some character development, but then the last 45 minutes to an hour, it just cranks that tension up again. And really, they could have just named this movie Tension, because I haven't been this tense in sitting in a movie in I can't remember how long. There's a lot of similarities between this and Don't Breathe. The same kind of mechanic of the characters not being able to make sound, and that was actually the last time where I felt like where I'm watching a movie and I felt like I can't breathe. So it does a really good. So as an audience member, you get sucked into A Quiet Place, and you start the moments without sound are disconcerting for us as the audience. So we kind of feel the same tension that the characters do. And that's really the highlight of this movie. All the performances were great, but the sound design. Millicent Simmons is a deaf actress, and her character in the movie is also deaf. So there's moments where you view the world through her point of view, and all the sound cuts out. It just goes to silence. And you realize that in a world where any sound could be your demise, actually not being able to hear things is a huge handicap. If you're walking through leaves and you can't hear the sound you're making, you don't realize, you're not going to know the sound you're making, so you don't realize how much danger you're putting yourself in. And it's just little things like that where they show you different perspectives and what the consequences are. Just an excellent job of keeping the tension going, and a really excellent job of showing like nobody in this movie is stupid. This isn't a movie where they get to the next conflict by making a poor decision. Like every decision they make is thought out and methodical, well planned, but they're under impossible odds, with one exception. You'll probably see from the trailer that Emily Blunt's character is pregnant in the movie, and in this kind of a world, it's like, okay, wear a condom. There's plenty of condoms laying around. Find one, use one, because babies. If you've ever seen the series finale for MASH, you know that babies and hostile environments where you have to be quiet do not mix. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. If you've seen the trailer, so you know that it's, that's part of this movie. But can't say too much more without spoiling some of the moments, other than just if you like horror movies, if you like feeling tense, you will enjoy this movie. Some people absolutely do not want to experience that. Stay away. You've seen the trailer, you know this movie is not for you. But for anybody that likes thrillers, that likes horror, that likes psychological movies, it does have a little bit of a lull, but bear with it, because the payoff is tremendous. There's one, if I had one criticism, there's one little beat at the very end of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but it's the very last beat is a little hokey. But overall, the movie is really enjoyable for this genre. There's almost a whole subgenre of not being able to make a sound horror movies, but just very, very effective. Extremely well made movie. Sound design was excellent. The script, so obviously because they can't make noise, they can't talk, so there's a lot of sign language in the movie. But just every sound you start paying attention to, and it's just a real joy to watch. Yeah, all right, maybe joy is not the best word, but the filmmakers, John Krasinski, he got the effect from the audience that he was looking for. So really well made movie. I'm going to give this one 4.25 out of 5 stars. Definitely recommend. Definitely worth seeing in the theater, and definitely worth seeing in the first couple weeks of its release. This is the kind of movie you like. You will like this one, so go check it out. And thanks for watching the channel. Stay tuned for, I think we got some movies coming out. Rampage is coming out. I'm probably going to go check out Isle of Dogs, although it's been out for a few weeks now, but just now hitting Tucson. So just tune in, and you can check me out on Twitter at Jeff@TheBWFans. So that's on Twitter, and on Facebook it's Bandwagon Fans. So just stay tuned, and appreciate all of you for subscribing, all of you for viewing, and stay on the bandwagon.